Hello grade 7, I hope all of you are fine. This is Mr. Mahmoud and we are having a new video about the grammar. Actually, we have finished the first kind of phrases, which was the prepositional phrase, and we know that it had two functions. It can be adjective phrase or it can be adverb phrase. Now we are having a new kind of phrases, which is verbal phrase. And to know or to understand the verbal phrase, we need to know that it is verbal, means it will contain a verb. And the first kind of the verbal phrases is the participle phrase. The first kind. It means there are more than one kind of verbal phrase. Yes, there are more than one kind. The first one is the participle phrase. So what is the participle? To understand what is the participle phrase, we need to talk individually about the participle. So what is the participle? It is a form of a verb that can be used as an adjective. It means the participle only used as an adjective. Adjective means that this word will describe or modify a noun or a pronoun. Alright? The participle has two types. The first one is present participle, and the second one is past participle. So it is verbal form that is used as adjective. It has two types: present participle and past participle. The present participle ends all the time with ing. With ing. The past participle has, we know that the past participle form for all the verbs can be regular or irregular. If it's regular, it will end with d, ed, or maybe ied. And irregular form, each verb has its own form, and there is no rule about it, like cut, cut, cut. So we need to know more and more about these verbs. Let's take examples about the present participle, which ends with ing. Here, Mr. Sanchez rescued 3 people from the burning building. Which one of these words that has ing? Yes, it is burning. Burning is a form of a verb, burn, and we have added ing. And burning here is not used as verb, it is used as a participle or present participle. What is the function of it? It will be an adjective, and it is modifying building. So burning, building. Burning is modifying building. Let's go to number 2. Chasing the cat. Chasing ended with ing. Chasing the cat, the dog ran down the street. So chasing here is describing the cat or the dog. It is describing the dog. So chasing the cat, the dog ran down the street. Chasing is the participle. It is working as adjective, and it is modifying the noun dog. Past participle ended with d, ed, or ied if it's regular verb. Well trained, the soldier successfully carried out her mission. Trained is the past participle modifying soldier. So trained is the past participle and it is modifying soldier. We skated on the frozen pond. Mister, maybe it's skated. No, we skated. Skated is a verb here. On the frozen pond, frozen is the past participle form, and it is not working as a verb, it is working as, yes, adjective. and it is modifying the noun pond. Be careful not to confuse participle use as adjectives only, as I'm telling you, with participle used in verb phrases. So we can be confused. I need to ask myself, this participle ended with ing or ed is working as a verb or is working as an adjective? Guys, if it's a verb, it must be subject. There is no verb without subject. So if there is no subject, it means it is past participle. That's number one. Number two, that it is individually taken and it has function that is modifying another noun. It is modifying another noun. Like here, discouraged, the fans went home. As we see here, discouraged. Discouraged doesn't have any subject. And discouraged is individual verb, past participle, and it is modifying another noun, which is the fans. Who is discouraged? The fans. So discouraged the fans. But if we see with the next example, the fans were discouraged. Discouraged here is a verb because it has a subject, which is the fans. Singing cheerfully. Singing cheerfully. The birds perched among the branch to the trees. So singing is modifying the birds. Is the bird is the subject? No, it is not the subject for this verb. Alright? Verb phrase. The birds were singing. Now the birds is the subject. And singing is not participle here. It is normal verb. Normal main verb. Let's identify the participles and the noun that modifies. Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona are the bordering states that make up the four corners. We will look for each verb that is ended with ing or in the past participle form. Here we have boarding or bordering. Bordering is the present participle and it is adjective and it modifies states. Bordering is states. So states is the noun that it is modifying. Because of its natural beauty, Chaco Canyon is one of the most visited sites in the region of the Southwest. Very well. ing or past participle. We have here visited. It is past participle. Visited is not a verb because it doesn't have a subject. But which noun does it modify? It modifies sites. Visited sites. So visit is a past participle and it modifies the noun sites. Among the remaining ruins in Chaco Canyon are the house, public building and plazas of Ansazi. So among the remaining ruins. So remaining here is the present participle, works as adjective, modifies ruins as a noun. Number 4. What alarming event may have caused these people to leave their valley? The same idea. We have alarming. Alarming is the present participle form ended with ing. It is not a verb here, it is an adjective and it is modifying event. When I say which alarming, you will tell me event. Historians are studying the scattered remains of Ansazi culture to learn more about the mysterious people. Very good, let's take it one by one. Historians are studying. Studying ended with ing and it is present participle. But does it work as an adjective? Let's think, guys. Studying is modifying what? No, it is not working as an adjective because it is a verb, main verb. Does it have a subject? Yes, historians is the subject. So studying is not a participle. The scattered remains. Scattered remains. Scattered here is the past participle and it is modifying remains. It is modifying the noun remains. Woven baskets were important to the earliest Sensazi people, who were excellent basket weavers. Excellent. Here there is no past or present participle, and where can we find them? Woven baskets. Excellent. So woven here is the past participle and it is modifying baskets. Woven baskets. So woven is the past participle working as an adjective and it is modifies baskets. On the floor of some caves are pits for stored food and other vital supplies. Can we do it? Stored food. Stored food. Stored is the past participle and it modifies food. Works as an adjective. Your homework is gonna be number 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 10. You will simply look for the past participle or the present participle and make sure it is not a verb, it is an adjective and it is describing or modifying a noun or a pronoun. Now we know the participle and we're gonna know the participle phrase. A participle phrase consists of a participle together with its modifier. The entire phrase is used as an adjective. Very well. So, participle phrase must contain a participle. One of these two we have spoken about already. The present participle or the past participle. Plus, whatever modifies this participle is part of the participle phrase. Like, stretching slowly. The cat jumped down from the windows. So, stretching slowly here. Stretching is the present participle ended with ing. Slowly is an adverb and it completes stretching. How stretching? You'll tell me slowly. So stretching slowly is the participle phrase. What does it modify? The whole phrase here is modifying what? Describing what exactly? Describing the cat. So stretching slowly, the cat. The tornado predicted by the meteorologist didn't hit our area. Predicted by meteorologist is the participle phrase. Why? It does have a participle in the past participle form, predicted. And the whole phrase is modifying the tornado. So the tornado is the noun that this participle phrase or adjective phrase we are having is modifying. Reading the assignment. Reading the assignment. Reading is the present participle. Reading the assignment is the participle phrase. The whole of it is modifying she, the pronoun. So she was reading the assignment. That's if we're gonna convert it to a subject and verb. So reading the assignment, she took notes carefully, and the whole phrase is modifying the pronoun she. Let's take some toes and some tips here we have. A participle phrase should be placed close to the word it modifies. Otherwise, the phrase may appear to modify another word. and the sentence may not make sense. Hopping along the fence, I saw a rabbit. So here it should be close to the word that is modified. I saw a rabbit hopping along the fence. Hopping here is modifying, or the whole phrase modifying the rabbit. But if I will make it too far from this word, then I will be confused that it might be describing or modifying another noun. So we are having here some exercises, and we're gonna identify each of the participle phrase. The first sentence: the journals written backwards in mirror writing are more than 5,000 pages long. We have here written. Written is the participle, and we have this phrase written backwards in mirror writing. So that is the phrase. Written backward in mirror writing is the phrase. And the question is, what does it modify? It modifies what exactly? 5,000 journals or pages. It modifies journals, because journals is what is written backwards in mirror writing. So the whole phrase here is the participle phrase, and it is modifying the journals or the noun journals. Number 2, Leonardo drew many pictures showing birds in flight. We have here showing. Showing is participle. Showing birds in flight is the participle phrase. Showing birds in flight. What does it modify? It modifies the noun here, pictures, because pictures is what showing birds in flight. Number 3, he hoped that machines based on his sketches of birds would enable human to fly. Hoped, no, because it is a verb and it has a subject here. Maybe enable, no, it is a verb, but we have based on his sketches of birds. Based on his sketches of bird is the participle phrase. It contains a past participle form of a verb, and the whole one here is modifying machines. So machines is the noun that is modified. Shown here, his design for a helicopter was the first one in history. Shown here, shown is the participle phrase. Shown here is the past participle, the participle phrase, and it modifies design. It modifies the design. So shown here is participle phrase, and it is modifying design. Number 5, studying the eye. Studying the eye. Studying is a present participle ended with ing. Studying the eye is the whole participle phrase, and it is modifying Leonardo. It is modifying Leonardo. Number 6, he worked hard filling his journals with the sketches, like the ones on this page for a movable bridge. Very well. Of course, worked is not the participle because it has a subject, he. But what about filling? Filling his journals with sketches. Filling is the participle or present participle ended with ing, and the whole phrase filling his journal with the sketches is the participle phrase, and it modifies he. He. Who is filling his journals with the sketches? He. Pronoun. Number 7, the solution reached in his journals often helped Leonardo when he created his artworks. So, reached in his journals. Reached, past participle, ended with ed, regular form of the verb, and reached in his journals is past participle phrase, and it is modifies solutions. It is modifying solutions. Number 8. He used the hands sketched in the journals as models when he painted the hands in the Mona Lisa. He used the hands sketched in journal models. Sketched is the past participle. Sketched in journal as models is the participle phrase, and it is modifying hands. It is modifying hands. Your homework is gonna be number just 9 and 10, plus you will do this exercise 10. For each of the following items, write sentence using the given participle phrase. Make sure the participle phrase modifies a noun or pronoun. Cheering for team. Cheering for the team. We celebrated the victory. Cheering is the present participle. Cheering for the team, participle phrase, and it is modifying the pronoun we. And we will do these four as was shown here in the example. Thank you very much for your listening, and stay fine.